As states around the country begin to unwind mask and vaccine mandates, I implore America's seniors to remain vigilant against this virus. First, get boosted. The vaccine is the most powerful tool we have to protect yourself against COVID-19 infection. We know that the vaccine continues to be highly effective at preventing serious illness and death from COVID-19, but we also know that thousands of Americans have died from breakthrough cases of COVID-19, and the vast majority are over the age of 60. In Massachusetts alone, 2,200 vaccinated individuals have died of COVID-19, and more than 93% of those deaths are over the age of 60. We're 2% of America's population, so you can multiply that 2,000 to get an idea as to what has happened with people who are, quote-unquote, fully vaccinated, but who are older, who still contract the coronavirus. So we have to just make sure that everyone gets this message straight. For many Americans, they're going to be told you don't have to wear masks. But for many others, there has to be a strong message. You should continue to wear your masks to protect yourself. And although I have called upon the CDC to track and share this data about the deaths over the age of 60, they just haven't done so. So if we extrapolate the Massachusetts number, there may very well have been already over 100,000 Americans, overwhelmingly seniors, who have died despite the fact that they have received 2 shots of the vaccine. So let's just make sure that we deliver that message correctly. Keep your masks on. This is a very good mask. There are KF94s. We have a very good N95 mask here that is absolutely certified by NIOSH. But many of these other masks that people are wearing just aren't going to give you the protection which you need. So we need a strong message that goes out to seniors especially, but to anyone who's immunocompromised and to children who have not been vaccinated. When this you can take off your mask era begins, let's just understand that there are going to be very many vulnerable people out there. So from my perspective, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has also reported that the unvaccinated seniors were 90 times more likely to die of COVID-19 than those who received the vaccine booster. But I will say it again, if you haven't already, get vaccinated, get a booster. An average of 2,300 people died from COVID nationwide in the past week per day. Overwhelmingly people over the age of 60, and each death is a tragedy for their families, for their communities. They are our grandmothers, grandfathers, our parents, our veterans who fought for democracy. They are irreplaceable members of our lives, and we have already lost too many to COVID-19. But we have a powerful way to help, and that is to wear a mask. And again, if you put on these masks, here is a KF94, this will give you most of the protection which you need. But please do not take it off because everyone else is indoors now saying the mask mandate indoors is off. Not if you're in this vulnerable category. It should not be. Just understand the risk is still there. So here's the second point. I'm urging you to continue to protect yourself, wear a high-quality mask. The CDC updated in January its masking guidance to recommend that the general public, and especially seniors and those who are immunocompromised, use higher quality masks like the N95s, the KF94s, the KN95s. We're seeing welcome decreases in rates of new infections right now, but these populations are still the most vulnerable to COVID. Just because younger people may be using their masks less, it does not mean that those at higher risk should stop being vigilant. Continue to use a high-quality mask to protect yourself when you're indoors and around others. Getting a high-quality mask should be an easy thing to do, but with less than robust information, sometimes limited supplies, A lot of counterfeits abounding. It's been harder than it should be for consumers to stay educated and protected. And that's why I'm pleased to see the Biden administration distribute 400 million non-surgical N95 masks from the Strategic National Stockpile to the public. The masks are available at retail pharmacies and community health centers. So go get one. Ask a friend or a family member to bring one to you. Make sure you are wearing a protective mask. Understand that surgical masks give you less protection. A cloth mask gives you much less protection. Just understand that, especially if you're in a vulnerable category. And again, I want to say this over and over again, if you're over 60, you're in that category. So just protect yourself. And that small item can be what it is that protects you and your family members.